Okay. So yesterday we are discussing about the first we have discussed about the enhancement type MOSFET. Then we have seen some problem based on that. Then we have seen about the complementary MOSFET. Okay, so complementary MOSFET we had seen yesterday. That is CMOS. It is inserted. It is called as CMOS or complementary MOSFET. So here, so basically it is a combination of your PMOS and NMOS to design a particular circuit, and we have seen a particular circuit, that is the circuit of an inverter. Okay, so inverter means which inverts something. Whatever the input you give, that will be inverted or altered. So if you give a logic 0, then you will get logic 1, or if you give a logic 1 in the input, then you will get a logic 0 at the output. So that means your input level will be inverted. If it is low, then output will be high. If the input is high, then output will be low. So if you have some little idea about the digital concept, we have normally told is binary 0 or binary 1. Okay, so all the computer or digital system works with two things. One is your binary 1 and binary 0. So binary 1 is represented by high voltage and 0 is represented by low voltage. Okay, so for example, if I'll say that the binary 1 or the logic 1 is represented by 5 volt and the 0 is represented by 0 volt. Okay, so now if I have designed an inverter like I had designed yesterday, okay, so in the input, if I am giving high volt, then I was getting output as 0. If I was giving in the input as 0 volt, then in the output I was getting 5 volt. Okay, so this thing we have discussed yesterday. So this is one PMOS and this is one NMOS. So this the drain, this is the drain of the PMOS. Okay, and this side is source, and here it is drain, source, this is gate, this one is gate. So all these things we have discussed yesterday, just I am recapping it. Okay, and both the drains were connected and the output we are taking here Y, and this source were connected to ground, and this source of the PMOS is connected to VDD, and both the gate of the NMOS and the PMOS are started, and here you are giving the input voltage VI. Okay. So this is the input voltage VI I was giving. So already I have just seen this. Let us say for a case of, let us say V in equal to 0, if V in equal to 0, okay. So here let us say this is your VGS1, and let us say I'm taking it as VGS2. Okay, so here VGS1 is how much? Here this gate is 0 and source is 0. So VGS1 equal to 0. So this NMOS is off. Okay, and here VGS2 will be equal to GS. Okay, gate is 0, source is at, let us say my VDD I am considering 5 volt. Okay, so gate is 0 and source is at 5 volt. So VGS means VG minus VS. So that is 0 minus 5. Okay, or that is equal to 0 minus 5, or it is minus 5 volt. So that means I am applying this gate a negative volt. Okay, so if I am applying a negative voltage to the gate terminal, what will happen to this channel of this PMOS? It will be created or it will not be created. If I am applying a negative voltage to the gate terminal of the PMOS, then the channel will be formed or not?
Formed, sir.
Okay, so the channel will be formed, implies channel is formed, or PMOS is on. PMOS is on. Okay, so that means it is conducting. This PMOS is conducting. Okay, and in a resistor term, we had also seen this thing. Or let us say this is the resistance of this PMOS. Let us say this is R2, and the resistance of the NMOS is given by. Why I am writing in this term? Because in your book it is just done in this way. Okay, so nothing else. That means let us assume the resistance of the PMOS is given by R2, resistance of the NMOS is given by R1. Okay, and here it is VDD, and this is my output Y. Okay, so as we saw, NMOS is on, that means it has a low resistance. So this R1 will be low, or approximately it will be equal to, if it is a very good transistor, ideally it should be equal to 0. Okay, so practically it will be a low value, but ideally we can say it is equal to 0. And R2 is high, or ideally it will be infinite. Okay, so my output Y will be equal to the voltage at Y is equal to, so as per the voltage division rule, I can say the voltage here will be equal to how much? R1 by R1 plus R2 into VDD. Okay, so R1 by into VDD, or as per this notation, since R1 I can put as 0, so this will be equal to 0. Okay, and the another case also we have discussed, if my input V in is high, just in the other way you can say, if V in is high or 5 volt, then what will happen to these things? You just tell me, I'll fill it up. VGS1 will be, इसका जो गेट वोल्टेज कितना होगा? This is 5 volt, gate is 5 volt, source is 0, so VGS will be 5.
5
Okay, so NMOS is
on.
1. Okay, and similarly this gate is 5 volt and source is 5 volt, so VGS is 0.
0.
Okay, so VGS is, you can say 5 minus 5 equal to 0, or it is off.
Off.
PMOS is off. Okay, so yes, PMOS is right. Okay. Okay, so here the resistance of this R2 will be what?
0.
No, just wait. I did some mistake here. So 5 volt. So 5 0. It is 5. So this NMOS is on. Okay. 5 5 0 off. Okay. So R2 is okay. So this is equal to this off. Oh, the previous calculation which I had done, so that was wrong actually. So you nobody just reminded me. Okay, just previously when I had applied here 0, okay, at that time, let us do that once more, otherwise. So everything was actually wrong. I did wrongly. You should have pointed me out. The in equal to 0 from the first case I'm telling again. Okay, so VGS1 is here 0 0. Okay, so NMOS was off, and this was, I'm just redoing it. Okay, so I have done there some mistake. Okay, so here PMOS is on. Okay, so NMOS is off means here it was high or infinite. Okay, so I had written wrongly. Okay, so you should have pointed me out. So anyway, it was NMOS is off means its resistance is high, infinite. Okay, and R2 is on means its resistance is low, or it is equal to, let's say, 0. Okay, so now in case of this R1 R2, if you put the thing, then that is equal to high or infinite R1 infinite. Okay. By R1 plus okay, or that is equal to actually VDD. Actually, it will not be infinite. It's a high quantity. Okay, so that high quantity by high quantity, so cancel out into VDD, or that is equal to VDD. or high voltage. That means in the input I gave 0 volt, and in the output I am getting a high voltage. Okay, so that thing I had done wrongly, so you should have told me. Now, if you second case, if you see the other thing, if my input is 5 volt, tell me what will happen. VGS1 will be here, VGS will be 0. So if VGS will be 0, then NMOS is
Off.
off. Okay, and here gate is 5, source is 5. So VGS will be
0.
5 minus 5 equal to 0. Okay, so that means uh, my PMOS will be
Sir, NMOS is on. PMOS is off.
I don't know why I'm doing so mistake. Okay, right. So it is 5 minus 0 equal to 5. So here it is on. Okay, so here 5 minus 5 0. So here it is PMOS is up. Okay, so its resistance is infinite or high, and its resistance is low or equal to 0. Okay, so if you put in this thing, then you will get R1 by, so 0 by 0 plus infinity into VDD, or it is equal to 0. So in the input you give a high voltage, and in the output you are getting a low voltage. Okay, so that is the thing we had discussed yesterday. Okay, so one more thing, that we'll see its construction, how this complementary MOSFET is constructed, or in the actually physically how it is constructed, that we'll see. Okay, so like here we are observing that we have one PMOS and another NMOS. Okay, and you know that PMOS is created like this. We have a substrate, that's a for P types for a PMOS, the N type substrate, and these are P, P, P. Okay, so this is your PMOS. Okay, similarly for NMOS, so this is a NMOS. Okay, so here the body is of P type, and the drain and source are of N type, and have an insulator and have a gate. Okay, so this is your NMOS. Okay, so but basically it is not that you will create one PMOS and you will create another NMOS, and they will take you will take two of the device and you will connect the drain of this individual, this drain, and this drain will be connected. It is not done like that. Okay, so actually in the fabrication process, so actually these things belong to VLSI, very large scale integration. You know that inside your IC there are a lot of transistors are there. Okay, so those things are actually done in your VLSI. Okay, so a particular design process is there, so we have to follow those design process or design rules. So based on that, these transistors are actually created. Okay, so those things just in brief I'll tell you. So how to create this CMOS inverter. So what you are observing, that for a PMOS we have to take a N type body. Okay, and for NMOS we have to take a P type body. Okay, so first what I'll do, let us take a big P type. Let us say this complete substrate is a P type, or not say N type, because this is given in your book. So as per that, I'm just telling. We are taking N type material. Okay, so in this N type material, I can do a PMOS or NMOS. I can do a PMOS inside the N type body. Okay, because just I told you right now that for a PMOS, the body is of N type. So let us take a body of N type now. Okay, so these are converted to your N type, N type. Okay, so let us say this will be act as a your source, this will act as a drain, and here this channel will be formed, and above it you have a insulating region, which is SiO2, and above it you have a gate region. Okay. So this is your basically this is the PMOS. Okay. So if you give a negative voltage to this terminal, then this negative terminal will pull the holes, and the holes will be sorry.
सर PMOS में
Yeah,
P
yeah.
रहेगा.
Right. This is P. This is P. Okay. So this is your PMOS. So if you give the negative voltage to the gate terminal, it will attract the holes, and those holes will be gathered near the surface, so that will create a channel, and your PMOS will act. Okay. But for the complementary MOSFET, we need another NMOS also. So what can I do? So if I have some person, or if I have a body of N type, then only I can create a NMOS inside that. Okay. So that means right now till this point I have created the PMOS. Okay. Now I want to create another NMOS. Okay. So for that I need a P-type body. So what I can do, I can convert some of the portion of this body to P-type. Okay. So let us say this was your initial N-type body was there. So now what you did, complete this much person. This person is now converted to P-type. Okay. So this person is converted to P-type. Why it is converted to P-type? Because I will create a NMOS inside this P-type body. Okay. ये जो person है, ये person को मैंने P-type को convert कर दिया. कैसे convert किया? कि doping करके इसको P-type को convert कर दिया. Okay. And this person will be used to create a NMOS. Okay. Because I am creating a P-type substrate or P-type portion inside the N-type portion, it is called as the P-well process. P-well process, because I am creating a P-well. Okay, P-well मतलब क्या है? जो कुएं. Okay, so I am creating a P-well inside the N-type body. Okay, so that's why this process is named as P-well process, right? So once I have this P-type body, I can create the NMOS inside it. Okay, so for NMOS, what I'll do again? The same thing. Okay, your silicon dioxide, and above it you have a gate region. Okay, right. So initially that means I have a N-type body. So inside this N-type body, I have created a inside this N-type body, I have created a PMOS, and after that, some of the portion of the N-type body is now converted to P-type, and inside this P-type, some portion are converted to inside this P-type, we have created a NMOS. Okay, so what is its type? This type is N-type, and its type is also N-type. Okay. So normally this drain and source are heavily doped. Okay, ये जो drain और source है उसको बहुत heavily doped किया जाता है. Okay, ताकि इसका जो conductivity high रहेगा. Okay, so that's why it is, instead of writing N, it is also written as N plus. That means it is heavily doped. So I can say, or I can write it as N plus. N plus, and similarly here N plus, and similarly this thing were heavily doped. Okay, so this thing is written as P plus, it is written as P plus. Okay. Now for the connection, like we are doing the previous connection I had done for the inverter. This is your PMOS, this is your NMOS. Okay, both the gates were connected. Okay, and the drain of the PMOS and the drain of the NMOS were connected, and you are taking output Y here. Okay, and the source of the NMOS is connected to ground, and the source of the PMOS is connected to VDD. Okay, so those connections also I can do here in these things. That means this is my CMOS inverter created. Okay, so here one PMOS and another NMOS is created. What I have to do is appropriate connection. That means terminal connection I have to do. Like what I have done, the drain of the PMOS is connected to the drain of the NMOS. Okay, so what I'll do, so let us say this is your drain and this is your source. This is your drain of the NMOS and this is the source of the this is the source of the PMOS and this is the source of the NMOS. Now tell me, I can connect this drain and this drain will be connected out. Okay, and your output Y will be taken at this point Y. Okay, what else is there? This source is connected to VDD. Okay, so that means source of the PMOS is connected to VDD. तो उसमें कौन सा VDD को लगना चाहिए? जस्ट देख के बोलो. इसमें PMOS का सोर्स कौन सा टर्मिनल है? इधर ये PMOS है कि ये PMOS है? ये लेफ्ट वाला PMOS है कि वो राइट वाला PMOS है?
सर लेफ्ट वाला PMOS है.
या दिस इज द PMOS. ओके, तो इसका सोर्स है ये. ओके, सो दिस विल बी कनेक्टेड टू योर VDD. Okay, and source of the NMOS will be connected to ground. That means this will be connected to ground, right? So till this point, is it okay? So first, that means you understand how the figure is done. Okay, otherwise if you look at the complete figure at a time, you cannot understand. So you take a complete n-type substrate, उसके बीच में एक PMOS कर दे. Okay, this is the PMOS. Now I need to create a NMOS. So for that I need a P substrate. So this portion is connected to P type. Okay, so inside this P type I created a NMOS. Okay, after creating this thing, remember this figure. Okay, so इसमें क्या है? PMOS का ड्रेन और NMOS का ड्रेन दोनों कनेक्ट हुआ है और इसमें से आउटपुट लिया गया है. तो PMOS का ड्रेन और NMOS का ड्रेन दोनों को कनेक्ट कर दिया गया है. ओके, और इनमें से आउटपुट गया है. ठीक है. And what else? The source of the PMOS is connected to VDD. The source of the PMOS is connected to VDD. Source of the NMOS is connected to ground. Source is NMOS is connected to ground. Okay. What else? The gate of the PMOS and the gate of the NMOS are connected, and input is given here. So that means what I'll do? This is the gate of the PMOS, and this is the gate of the NMOS. So they will be connected and your input will be given here. Okay, so this is the input. Okay, so I am giving input here and I am getting the output here. Okay, so till this point, is it okay? Yes or no?
Yes,
I
sir.
hope there is nothing important. Okay. So one more thing is that, so normally in this figure, the body is not expressed or not shown. So actually the body of this PMOS is always connected to this VDD. And similarly, the body of this NMOS is connected to the ground. Okay. So we have to create one body terminal inside this NMOS and the PMOS also. Okay. So which is that body? So body basically you can say this complete outside layer is the body of the PMOS. Similarly, this portion, this complete substrate is the body of the NMOS. Okay. So here this body is a P type. So we need to connect the ground to this body. Okay. So for that we have to create another region also. Okay. So it is created like this. ये जो सोर्स है, सोर्स के साइड में इधर और एक n प्लस रीजन किया जाता है. Why n plus? Because its conductivity will be high. So this high conductive region is the actually connection or path to the body. So this will be also connected to the ground. So this is actually body of the NMOS. And similarly here हमेशा वही सोर्स के साइड में, लेफ्ट साइड में, और सोर्स के जो एक है सोर्स एक है ड्रेन, इनके बीच में चैनल रहेगा. सोर्स के जो अपोजिट साइड होगा तो वहां पे बॉडी को करोगे. So this is also P, yeah, P plus. Okay, so this is the body of the PMOS, and this will be connected to the VDD. ओके, तो ये है VDD कनेक्शन, सोर्स को गया, VDD कनेक्शन आके ये जो कंप्लीट बॉडी को भी गया. ओके, सिमिलरली ये ग्राउंड कनेक्शन NMOS का सोर्स को गया और ग्राउंड कनेक्शन NMOS का बॉडी को भी गया. ठीक है, तो समटाइम्स इट मे बी आस्क्ड ड्रॉ द CMOS fabrication process or CMOS figure and explain its working principle. So ये जो हो गया ये CMOS का फिगर हो गया. ओके, उसका वर्किंग प्रिंसिपल मान लो ऐसे पूछा है कि हाउ द लो वोल्टेज इज कन्वर्टेड टू हाई वोल्टेज, वो अगर पूछा तो कल अभी आज जो पहले जो एक्सप्लेन किया तो उसको एक्सप्लेन करना है. ठीक है, ओके, जस्ट वन मोर थिंग आई वांट टू टेल, व्हाट इज द इनपुट इम्पीडेंस of the NMOS or PMOS or any type of MOSFET. Is it over? Just I'm erasing. Let us talk about the NMOS. P-type body, N-type drain or N-type source, insulating region, and above it you have a gate region. Okay, so let us say it is source terminal. Okay, so you have applied certain positive gate voltage VGS, and source is source and the body are grounded, and you are applying a certain VDS. Okay, so once you apply a positive gate voltage, it is this gate terminal is positive, so it is trying to pull the electron. So electron are coming and they are gathered near the surface. Okay, and the channel is created, right? But tell me, is there any possibility of the current to flow from this gate terminal inside this body? ये जो suppose this is positive, okay, so positive means here it is trying to pull the electron. Okay, so whether the electron can pass here? No, because I have an insulating region, so electron cannot pass here. Okay, so because I have an insulating region, here SiO2, okay, because of that electron cannot pass or current cannot flow from this gate terminal to the body. That means the current in the there is no possibility of current to flow in this direction. Okay, there is no possibility of the current to flow in this direction. Okay, or you can say the current or gate current is zero here, almost zero here. Ig equal to 0. Okay, why? Because I have an insulating region. So since the insulating region is there, though the gate is at positive voltage, there is no possibility of current to flow from gate to body. So that is, there is no gate current. Okay, so gate current is not equal to 0. Gate current is equal to 0. Okay, or that means in the other way, input हमारा input side ये gate है, gate is the input side. So input side से कोई current flow नहीं हो रहा है. Okay, that means the input impedance of the MOSFET is very high. Okay, so let us say you have a resistance, you have a resistor, but its value is, let us say, very high resistor. Okay, so whatever the voltage you are applying, current flowing is very negligible. Similarly, if the resistance is infinite, suppose this resistance is infinite, the resistance is infinite. Okay, at that time the current flowing will be 0. Okay, so you are applying voltage, but since the resistance is infinite here, so the current flowing is 0. Okay, so you can say the resistance offered by this gate terminal is actually infinite. Okay, since it is the resistance offered by this input terminal is infinite, you can say also the input impedance of the MOSFET is very high. So in case of a MOSFET, for MOSFET, the input impedance is very high. Okay, so this is also one important property of this MOSFET. Okay, so either it is MOSFET or depletion type MOSFET or enhancement type MOSFET, दोनों में जो impedance है, input impedance is very high. Okay, so this is one parameter about it. Okay. Okay. So now one more concept I will tell you about the BJT. Okay, so with this we have completed the JAPT, then we have completed depletion type MOSFET, then enhancement type MOSFET, then complementary MOSFET. We have seen these things. Okay, so from the BJT portion, one portion, small portion, I had actually left. So I had thought to taught it later because it resembles with this part, this switching part. That's why I have left that portion. So that thing I am explaining. So BJT as a switch, like we saw about the inverter or this FET as a switch. Okay, so here what you are doing, if you are giving a low voltage, output is high. Okay, and in the input if it is high, then output is low. That is, it is inverting or it is switching the level. The level is switched. Okay, level जो है input voltage का level जो है ये switch हो रहा है, low to high के बीच में switch हो रहा है. Okay, similarly the BJT can also act like this. Okay, so that circuit will analyze. Okay. BJT as switch. Okay. So this is your basically the common emitter connection of your BJT. Okay. So now if let us say you are applying the input voltage here. So with respect to time, let us say this is my waveform I am applying. Let us say VCC equal to 5 volt. Okay. So this is your 5 volt and this is your 0 volt. Okay. So we will analyze two cases. So if your input is 0 volt, what will be the output? And your input is 5 volt, then what will be your output? That will see. Okay. So first case one. When Vi equal to 0, if you are applying 0 here, okay, so you are applying 0 volt. So what will happen to this VBE? So VBE will be 0 and this base emitter region will not be forward bias. So base emitter region or junction will not be forward bias. Okay, so if this junction is not forward bias, the IB current or the base current will be equal to 0. Okay, yes or no? Because I am applying 0 volt here. So if I am applying 0 volt, basically I am not doing this base emitter junction or not keeping this base emitter junction in forward bias. So if it is not forward bias, then base current will be equal to 0. This is my base current, IB. Okay, so IB will be equal to 0 or in capital IB is 0. So implies IC equal to beta IB equal to 0. Okay, so IC is 0. So VC equal to how much? VCC minus IC RC, or that is equal to VCC minus 0 into RC, or it is equal to VCC. Okay, so your output will be equal to VCC. So you apply a 0 volt, and in output you are getting high volt. Okay, so this is case 1. In case 2, if you are applying a high voltage, then what will happen, that we'll see. Okay, so if my VI is 5 volt, or that means I am applying a high positive voltage, maximum high positive voltage I am applying. So if I am applying high voltage here, then IB will be high, or it's a larger quantity. Okay, so if this IB is a large quantity, then IC will also be a large quantity. Okay, so if this IC is a large quantity, the drop across this RC will be a large quantity. Okay, and VC equal to how much? VCC minus ICRC. Okay, VCC minus ICRC. Okay, तो IC एक बड़ा quantity है, तो VCC minus that IC into RC. So obviously the VC will be a low quantity. Okay, or this VC can go minimum up to 0. Okay, so that thing you can just write down VI equal to 5 volt, or its maximum, then implies base emitter junction is forward bias. Okay, so IB close, then IC is also maximum, and it will be maximum. Okay, that means if I am applying 5 volt, that means I am applying the highest possible input voltage. So if I am applying a highest possible input voltage, then the IB will be a large quantity. Okay, so similarly IC will also be the maximum value. Okay, IC will be its max value, or it is equal to beta into IB ka, so max value. Okay, then your VC will be equal to VCC minus IC RC. Okay, so here what I can do, I can put, I want to find out this how much will be the VC value. Okay, so as I am telling, the IC will be a large quantity. Okay, and I can put the maximum value of IC to find out the minimum value of VC. Okay, so I can put here VCC minus, or here you can write like this, VC minimum equal to VCC minus IC का जो max value into RC. I know that what can be the maximum value of IC, that is equal to IC saturation value, or VCC minus IC sat into RC. And how much can be the IC sat value? Already I have told you, in case of this common emitter connection, what is the IC sat value? That is equal to VCC by RC. Okay, so if you put in place of this IC set, okay, so it is VCC minus VCC equal to 0. Okay, so the point is that if the input voltage is high, then this base current is high. Okay, so base current is high, so IC current will be very high. So if the IC current will be very high, this VC will be a very low quantity. Okay, so that means your input is switching. If you are applying a high voltage in the input side, the output is a low quantity. If the input is a low voltage, then the output is a high quantity. Okay, so your input is switching. So your BJT is acting as a switch. Okay, so this is the concept of the BJT as a switch. Okay, so this is one of the application of BJT. So sometimes it is asked about the write the application of BJT. So you can write BJT as a switch is one of the application. Okay, similarly another application is there, which is BJT as an amplifier. Shall I move? BJT as an amplifier.
Yes, sir.
BJT as an amplifier. Okay. Just the same figure, similar figure you can draw. Okay. So here you mark here. So here we have a BJT. So here we are applying a input voltage VI. Okay. So here RB resistance, RC resistance, and VCC. So here basically when the input voltage will change, I can draw a curve between VBE and IB. VBE and your IB. Okay. Or let's say you can also say with respect to VI. So when VI is changing, once the input voltage is more than the threshold voltage or knee voltage of this PN junction here, okay, after that it will start conduction. Okay, so that means initially up to a certain level IB will be 0, and after that once this input voltage is more than the knee voltage, after that the current will start to increase. Okay, so with respect to already we know the curve about this thing VBE versus your IB. So this curve is like this. So this is the knee point. Okay, with respect to change in the VBE, when VBE increases more than the knee voltage, the current start to increase rapidly. Okay, so that thing, whatever VBE, that VBE change with respect to VI. So obviously, if VI changes, with respect to that, the VBE is also changed. So here just the same curve I am drawing with respect to VI. So what you are finding out? So let us say this is the knee point. After this knee point, the current is starting to increase rapidly. Okay, so your base current is increasing once the VI is more than this knee voltage. Okay. Now, what is the equation for this? Okay, so if IB is increasing like this, I know what IC equal to beta IB. Okay, and beta is a constant term. Let us say 50 or 100, something like that. Okay, so obviously, if I draw a curve of IC with respect to VI, that will also follow this pattern. That means up to this knee point, IC will be very low, and after this knee point, IC will increase with a rapid rate, exponentially it will increase. Okay, so this collector current IC will also increase rapidly when the input is more than this knee voltage. So that is the second point. Okay. Now what is the equation for VC? This VC equal to VCC minus ICRC. Okay. Suppose you draw the curve here only below it, that it will be more clear. So here it is with respect to that VI. Okay. And here your VC. Okay, so when this input was low, let us say at this point, okay, IB is a low quantity, okay, and correspondingly IC is also low quantity, okay, and the VC will be a high quantity, yes or no? Suppose here you calculate for this point, it will be almost VCC. This is your VC axis, okay. So let us assume this value equal to 0. इसमें base current 0 है. Okay, so at this point, if this base current is 0, collector current is also 0. If this collector current is 0, if I'll put here VCC minus 0, so that is equal to VCC. Okay, so for this also, I am getting my VC equal to VCC. Okay, when this current is increasing here, when the IB is increasing, let us say for this point, okay, that means at this location you want to calculate. यहाँ पे क्या हुआ है, IB थोड़ा सा इंक्रीज हुआ है. ओके, अगर IB थोड़ा सा इंक्रीज हुआ है, IC भी थोड़ा सा इंक्रीज होगा. अगर IC थोड़ा सा इंक्रीज हुआ है, then what will happen to VC? VC will decrease little bit or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, because my VC is minus ICRC. So correspondingly here, it will like this. Okay, and after knee point, what I am finding out? IB is increasing sharply. Okay, so if IB is increasing sharply, IC will be also increasing sharply. Okay, and VC will be decreasing sharply. So I can get this will be the characteristic of the VC with respect to your VI. So when the input is moving like this, okay, इसको थोड़ा सा अच्छे से करो. Here it is, IB is increasing sharply. So here this VC is output voltage is decreasing sharply. Okay, so if it is like this, what we are finding out? Let us say this is the point of operation. So how it is acting as an amplifier, or how it is amplifying, that thing I want to show you. Okay, so amplifier means what? For a small change in the input, output will change with a larger extent. Okay, so here you see, suppose this is the middle point or the point of operation. Now you just make two different dotted lines to the left of it and to the right of it. Okay, and correspondingly, what is the output voltage level? Okay, so when this is the input, the corresponding output is how much? When this is the input, the corresponding output is this one. Okay, and when the input is this one, okay, the output is how much? The corresponding output is how much? This thing. Okay, and again, let us say, that means what I am saying, let us say my input signal is varying like this. Okay, so when the input was at this point, its corresponding output is equal to this thing. Okay, and when the input has changed to here, okay, the corresponding output is which one? You take this thing, this is your output level. Okay, so this one is with respect to time axis. So suppose this is a with respect to time, the signal is changing like this, and here also with respect to time, this signal I am drawing. So let us say this is 0.1, this is 0.2, this is 0.3, this is 0.4, and this is 0.5. Okay, so for this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 corresponding, what is the corresponding value here in the output curve? You draw 1 ke liye, this is 1. Okay, for this 2, the corresponding position is here 2, and for 3, the corresponding output will be equal to here only 3. Okay, and for this thing, for position 4, the corresponding output will be equal to here, and again for 5, the corresponding output will be here. So if you join them, this is the output signal you are getting. So what is the benefit here? You look at the amplitude of the output signal and look at the amplitude of the input signal. Okay, obviously you can say the amplitude of the output signal is much larger compared to the amplitude of the input signal. Okay, amplitude means the difference between your positive peak to this negative peak you calculate. Okay, here the difference between the positive peak and the negative peak is very small. Okay, but after amplification, what you are finding out, the difference between this positive peak and the negative peak is a very high quantity. That means your signal is amplified. Okay, so this is the way in which the BJT is used as an amplifier. Understood? So what basically we are looking at, when the input signal is changing little bit, the IB is changing little bit, but my IC is a IC equal to beta IB. I know. Suppose IC is changing small, okay, but IC is actually 100 times of IB. Okay, तो यहाँ पे सपोज 1 मिली एम्पियर का चेंज हुआ, तो 1 माइक्रो एम्पियर का चेंज हुआ बेस करंट में, तो उसमें क्या होगा, 100 माइक्रो एम्पियर का चेंज होगा. Okay, so if that is the IC current is changing 100 microampere, so the net drop across this RC will also be changed by that high value, that is, let us say RC is 1 kilo ohm. Okay, so 1k into 100 microampere, so that much of drop will appear across this RC. Okay, so obviously this VC will be changed with a larger value. Okay, so that's why with a small change in the input voltage, the output voltage will change with a larger extent. That is the way in which this BJT is used as an amplifier. Okay, so this is the two application of this BJT. So if it is asked to explain about the application of the BJT, you can say one is your BJT as a amplifier, second one is BJT as switch. Okay, so these are the two application of the BJT. So with this we'll stop here. So next class we'll start the next module, that is your op-amp. Okay, so if you have any doubt you can ask me. I will send the notes of the second module, the BJT portion today. Okay, and in FET portion, the small portions has not been completed. So once it is completed, then I'll send them.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, then thank you. I'll stop here. Okay, thank you guys.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.